Hello, I'm Essay, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin.
Diana Wynne Jones emerged as a distinctive voice in fantasy literature, crafting narratives that challenged established conventions and offered readers complex characters navigating morally ambiguous landscapes. Her work stands in contrast to the often simplistic portrayals found in traditional fairy tales and much of children's literature, a landscape she sought to reshape with her nuanced storytelling. A prime example of Jones's approach lies in Howl's moving castle. The novel presents Howl, a wizard far removed from the archetypal wise and benevolent figure. He is vain, preoccupied with his appearance, and prone to dramatic displays of cowardice. Yet, beneath this carefully constructed facade, Howl possesses considerable power and is capable of acts of genuine kindness and self-sacrifice. Similarly, Sophie, the protagonist, is a far cry from the idealized fairy tale heroine. She harbors deep-seated insecurities and a resentful streak, traits amplified when a curse transforms her into an old woman. However, this transformation also unlocks a latent resourcefulness and determination within her, enabling her to confront challenges and ultimately shape her own destiny. This deliberate subversion of expectations is central to Jones's project. She recognized a problem within the realm of children's literature, the tendency toward simplistic morality, where characters are neatly divided into heroes and villains, good and evil. This binary approach, while offering a clear moral compass, often fails to reflect the complexities of human nature and the ambiguities of real-world situations. Jones addressed this by crafting characters imbued with flaws, contradictions, and motivations that readers could both understand and critique. She presented individuals grappling with internal conflicts and external pressures, forcing readers to engage with their choices and consider the nuances of their actions. Howl's vanity, for example, can be seen as a defense mechanism against his own insecurities, while Sophie's initial resentment stems from a perceived lack of opportunities and recognition. These flaws do define them. They add depth and believability, making them relatable figures despite their fantastical circumstances. Jones's approach to character development owes much to her academic background. She studied English literature at St. Anne's College, Oxford, immersing herself in the works of authors who explore the intricacies of human psychology and social dynamics. The influence of Jane Austen, with her sharp wit and insightful portrayals of social mores, is evident in Jones's own satirical observations and her focus on character relationships. Similarly, J.R.R. Tolkien's meticulous world-building and exploration of mythic themes provided a foundation upon which Jones built her own fantastical landscapes. Her studies fostered an understanding of narrative structure and character archetypes, knowledge she would later employ to both honor and deconstruct those very traditions. Her ability to weave intricate plots and create believable characters stems from a deep understanding of literary history and the techniques employed by her predecessors. The creation of Howl's moving castle serves as a potent example of Jones's narrative skill. The story unfolds with a seemingly straightforward premise: a young woman cursed by a witch seeks to break the spell. However, as the narrative progresses, the lines between good and evil become increasingly blurred and the motivations of the characters become more complex. Howl, initially presented as a charming rogue, is revealed to be a powerful wizard grappling with his own responsibilities and fears. Sophie, despite her initial insecurities, discovers a strength and determination she never knew she possessed. The castle itself, a whimsical and ever-changing structure, mirrors the shifting dynamics of the characters and the unpredictable nature of their journey. The narrative structure avoids simple solutions. It embraces the messy realities of human relationships and the challenges of navigating a world filled with magic and uncertainty. Beyond her character development, Jones's work frequently engages with themes of metafiction, unreliable narration, and the power of language. These elements, which will be explored in greater detail later, add layers of complexity to her narratives and invite readers to question the nature of storytelling itself. She challenges readers to actively participate in the construction of meaning, recognizing that stories are not simply passive reflections of reality, but active forces that shape our perceptions and beliefs. Her narratives often contain hidden clues and subtle ironies, rewarding careful readers with a deeper understanding of the underlying themes. The problem of simplistic morality in children's literature is a perennial concern. Jones recognized that presenting children with clear-cut heroes and villains, without acknowledging the complexities of human nature, can be detrimental to their development. She sought to offer a more nuanced perspective, presenting characters who grapple with difficult choices and who are capable of both good and evil. This approach encourages readers to develop their own moral compass, to think critically about the actions of others, and to recognize that the world is not always black and white. Jones's solution was to create characters that invite empathy and understanding, even when their actions are questionable. She challenged readers to look beyond surface appearances and to consider the underlying motivations and circumstances that shape human behavior. The influence of Jones's early academic experiences cannot be overstated. Her deep understanding of literary history and theory provided her with the tools to both embrace and subvert traditional narrative conventions. Her studies have also instilled in her a keen sense of social satire and an appreciation for the complexities of human relationships. Tolkien's influence is evident in her meticulous world-building and her exploration of mythic themes. However, Jones did simply imitate her predecessors. She built upon their foundations, creating her own unique and distinctive voice. Her education empowered her to challenge established norms and to create narratives that are both entertaining and intellectually stimulating. Sophie's journey in Howl's moving castle exemplifies Jones's commitment to challenging traditional fairy tale tropes. Instead of passively awaiting rescue, Sophie actively shapes her own destiny. She confronts Howl, challenges his behavior, and ultimately helps him to become a better version of himself. Her transformation into an old woman, initially presented as a curse, becomes a catalyst for personal growth and self-discovery. This inversion of expectations is a hallmark of Jones's work. She recognized that traditional fairy tales often reinforce passive stereotypes and that it is important to present female characters as active agents in their own lives. Sophie's journey is a testament to the power of resilience, determination, and the ability to challenge societal expectations. Sophie's journey in Howl's moving castle exemplifies Jones's commitment to challenging traditional fairy tale tropes. Instead of passively awaiting rescue, Sophie actively shapes her own destiny. She confronts Howl, challenges his behavior, and ultimately helps him to become a better version of himself. Her transformation into an old woman, initially presented as a curse, becomes a catalyst for personal growth and self-discovery. This inversion of expectations marks Jones's work. She recognized that traditional fairy tales often reinforce passive stereotypes, and that it is important to present female characters as active agents in their own lives. Sophie's journey is a testament to the power of resilience, determination, and the ability to challenge societal expectations. A key element in understanding Jones's approach to fantasy lies in her masterful use of metafiction and self-aware storytelling. She systematically dissected the genre, revealing its inner workings and inviting readers to consider the very nature of storytelling itself. This is perhaps most evident in The Tough Guide to Fantasyland, a satirical encyclopedia that serves as both a hilarious send-up and a profound commentary on the conventions of fantasy literature. The Tough Guide is a remarkable achievement, offering a comprehensive deconstruction of fantasy tropes. It presents an A to Z compendium of the genre's most familiar elements, from abandoned children and accidental prophecies to wise old wizards and yearning. Each entry meticulously exposes the inherent absurdities and limitations of these tropes, highlighting their predictability and often formulaic nature. Jones does this with a sharp wit, dissecting the genre with the precision of a surgeon and the humor of a seasoned comedian. Consider, for example, the entry on The Chosen One. Jones meticulously outlines the characteristics of this ubiquitous figure, noting their often humble origins, their sudden discovery of extraordinary powers, and their inevitable destiny to save the world. She points out the inherent implausibility of this trope, questioning why a seemingly ordinary individual would be singled out for such a momentous task. She also satirizes the Chosen One's frequent reluctance to embrace their destiny, a characteristic that often serves to prolong the narrative but ultimately lacks genuine emotional depth. Similarly, the entry on quests meticulously maps out the predictable stages of the typical fantasy adventure. Jones notes the obligatory encounters with helpful mentors, the perilous journeys through dangerous landscapes, and the inevitable confrontations with powerful adversaries. She highlights the formulaic nature of these quests, suggesting that they often lack genuine originality and emotional resonance. The entry serves as a warning to writers, urging them to move beyond these tired conventions and to create narratives that are truly surprising and engaging. The problem Jones addressed with The Tough Guide was the increasing predictability and lack of originality in much fantasy writing. She observed that many authors were simply rehashing the same tired tropes and conventions, resulting in stories that felt derivative and uninspired. Her solution was to expose the underlying structures of the genre, making writers and readers alike aware of the choices they were making. By understanding the conventions of fantasy, writers could consciously choose whether to embrace them, subvert them, or transcend them altogether. Jones's metafictional awareness extends far beyond The Tough Guide to Fantasyland. It permeates her own fiction, creating a reading experience that is both playful and intellectually stimulating. Her novels are filled with subtleties to the genre's conventions, inviting readers to recognize and appreciate her clever subversions. She frequently plays with narrative expectations, disrupting traditional plot structures and challenging readers to question the nature of reality itself. This metafictional sensibility is evident in novels such as Dark Lord at Dirkholm. The story concerns a world where package tours of fantasy adventures are a common occurrence. Yes. Chessie runs a company that provides these tours, creating artificial quests and battles for paying customers. However, the tours are becoming increasingly dangerous, and the world is on the verge of collapse. The novel satirizes the commodification of fantasy and the tendency to reduce complex narratives to simple, predictable formulas. It also explores the dangers of unchecked tourism and the importance of preserving authentic cultural experiences. Jones's work shares a kinship with that of Carrie Pratchett, whose The Squirreled series similarly satirizes fantasy conventions. Pratchett, like Jones, recognized the inherent absurdities of the genre and used humor to expose them. His novels are filled with witty observations on the nature of storytelling, the power of belief, and the foibles of human nature. The two authors shared a similar sensibility, and their works often resonate with the same sense of playful intelligence. Jones's metafictional techniques were influenced by postmodern literary theory and authors such as Italo Calvino. Calvino's novels, such as Yvonne Winter's Night a Traveler challenge traditional storytelling conventions and explore the relationship between author, reader, and text. Jones, like Calvino, recognized that storytelling is a complex and multifaceted process, and she used her fiction to explore its possibilities and limitations. She understood that stories shape our understanding of the world and that it is important to be aware of the narratives we consume. Her influence extends to contemporary authors such as Lev Grossman, whose Magicians trilogy explores similar themes of metafiction and self-awareness. Grossman's novels follow a group of students at a secret college for magicians who discover that the fantasy world they read about in books is actually real. The trilogy explores the relationship between fiction and reality, the power of imagination, and the challenges of growing up in a world that is both magical and mundane. Grossman acknowledges Jones's influence, citing her as a key inspiration for his own work. The enduring legacy of Diana Wynne Jones lies in her ability to elevate fantasy literature to a new level of intellectual sophistication. She demonstrated that fantasy could be both entertaining and thought-provoking, capable of exploring complex themes and challenging conventional wisdom. Her metafictional techniques encouraged readers to think critically about the stories they read and to appreciate the artifice involved in creating believable worlds. Her contribution to the genre is immeasurable, and her work continues to inspire writers and readers alike. Diana Wynne Jones's intellectual prowess extended beyond the intricate dance of metafiction. She also explored the labyrinthine depths of the human psyche. Her narratives frequently served as vessels for Jungian archetypes and psychological themes, particularly those concerning identity and self-discovery. A novel characterized by its complex structure and shifting perspectives, provides a compelling example of this exploration. In Jones grapples with the problem of psychological realism. Her characters are multifaceted, driven by subconscious forces and often struggling with fragmented identities. To navigate this complexity, she employs Jungian archetypes as a framework for understanding their motivations and internal conflicts. The novel becomes a stage upon which these archetypes play out their dramas, revealing the hidden layers of the characters' personalities. One of the most prominent archetypes in **** is the shadow. This archetype represents the repressed, darker aspects of the personality, the qualities that individuals often disown or deny. In the novel, several characters embody aspects of the shadow, acting as antagonists or sources of conflict. Their actions force other characters to confront their own hidden impulses and repressed desires. For instance, the manipulative alien, Griff, embodies the shadow through his deceitful nature and disregard for human life. His presence compels the human characters to examine their own capacity for cruelty and self-deception. The anima and animus, representing the feminine and masculine aspects of the unconscious, respectively, also play a significant role in shaping the characters' identities. These archetypes influence how individuals relate to members of the opposite sex and how they integrate their own internal masculine and feminine qualities. **** features characters who struggle to reconcile their anima or animus, leading to internal conflict and distorted relationships. For example, the character of Anne, a young woman struggling with her identity, projects her animus onto various male figures in the story, seeking a sense of completion through external validation. This projection leads to disappointment and confusion as she realizes that true integration must come from within. Ultimately, the goal of Jungian psychology is individuation, the process of integrating all aspects of the personality, including the shadow, anima, and animus, into a cohesive and balanced whole. This process is often fraught with challenges, requiring individuals to confront their deepest fears and insecurities. In ***, several characters embark on journeys of individuation, grappling with their fractured identities and repressed memories. Through these struggles, they gradually come to a greater understanding of themselves and their place in the world. Jones masterfully employs unreliable narration and shifting perspectives to mirror the complexities of the human psyche. The reader is never given a complete or objective view of events, instead being forced to piece together the truth from fragmented and often contradictory accounts. This mirrors the way in which individuals experience their own lives, filtered through their subjective perceptions and biases. The use of multiple narrators, each with their own agenda and blind spots, further obscures the truth, creating a sense of uncertainty and ambiguity that reflects the inherent complexities of the human mind. Carl Jung's theories on the collective, unconscious, and the process of individuation profoundly influenced Jones's exploration of psychological themes. Jung posited that the collective unconscious is a universal reservoir of archetypes and symbols shared by all humanity. These archetypes manifest in dreams, myths, and other forms of cultural expression, shaping human behavior and influencing individual development. Jones drew upon this framework to create characters who are both unique individuals and embodiments of universal psychological patterns. Her understanding of Jungian psychology allowed her to create characters with depth and complexity, whose struggles resonate with readers on a deeply personal level. The concept of synchronicity, a term coined by Jung to describe meaningful coincidences that occur without any apparent causal connection, also finds its way into ****. The seemingly random events and chance encounters that shape the characters' lives often have a deeper significance, reflecting the interconnectedness of the conscious and unconscious realms. These synchronicities serve as signposts, guiding the characters on their journeys of self-discovery and revealing the underlying patterns that govern their lives. Jones's exploration of psychological themes has influenced subsequent authors who delve into similar territory in their own works. Neil Gaiman, known for his dark fantasy novels and graphic novels, acknowledges Jones as a significant influence. Gaiman's **** series, for example, explores the realm of dreams and the power of the unconscious, drawing upon Jungian archetypes and symbols to create a rich and multifaceted narrative. The character of Dream, also known as Morpheus, embodies aspects of the self-archetype, representing the unifying principle of the psyche and the drive towards wholeness. Gaiman's exploration of identity, memory, and the transformative power of stories owes a debt to Jones's pioneering work in the field of psychological fantasy. Specifically, Gaiman has noted Jones's ability to create characters who are both believable and archetypal, individuals who embody universal psychological patterns while remaining grounded in their own unique experiences. This ability to blend the specific with the universal is a hallmark of Jones's writing, and is a quality that Gaiman has striven to emulate in his own work. He credits Jones with demonstrating that fantasy can be a powerful tool for exploring the complexities of the human psyche, a lesson that has profoundly shaped his own creative vision. In ***, the intertwining narratives and shifting realities reflect the fragmented nature of identity and the difficulty of achieving true self-knowledge. The characters' struggles with memory, perception, and the boundaries between reality and illusion mirror the challenges of navigating the complexities of the human mind. Jones's skillful use of Jungian archetypes provides a framework for understanding these struggles, eliminating the hidden forces that shape human behavior and guiding the characters on their paths towards individuation. The novel serves as a testament to Jones's ability to create fantasy that is both entertaining and deeply insightful, offering readers a glimpse into the labyrinthine depths of the human psyche. The exploration of identity extends beyond the individual in Jones's work, encompassing a keen awareness of societal constructs, particularly those surrounding gender. Her novels frequently challenge traditional gender roles, presenting female characters who assert their agency and defy expectations. ***Charmed Life** and ***Fire and Hemlock** offer particularly compelling examples of this subversion. In ***Charmed Life**, Gwendolen Chant initially appears to embody certain stereotypical traits. She is seemingly helpless, dependent on her older brother for guidance. However, as the story progresses, her true nature emerges. Gwendolen possesses a latent magical ability, one that is far more potent than that of her brother, Cat. This revelation challenges the assumption that Cat, as the male heir, is inherently more powerful or capable. Gwendolen's journey involves recognizing and embracing her own strength, a process that requires her to confront societal expectations and her own internalized beliefs about her limitations. The novel actively dismantles the damsel in distress trope. Gwendolen is never passively waiting to be rescued. She actively participates in shaping her own destiny, making choices that determine the course of events. Her power is not derived from external sources, but from within herself, a testament to her inherent worth and potential. Ursula K. Le Guin's work particularly *The Wizard of Earthsea*, provided a foundational influence on Jones's approach to gender roles in fantasy. Leggin's portrayal of female characters as powerful mages and healers capable of wielding magic in ways that challenged traditional patriarchal structures resonated deeply with Jones. The female characters in Earthsea are not relegated to secondary roles, but are active participants in the world, shaping its destiny through their knowledge and skill. This emphasis on female agency and empowerment served as an inspiration for Jones, who sought to create similar characters in her own novels. The character of Gwendolyn also reflects the influence of second-wave feminism, which emphasized the importance of female self-discovery and empowerment. Second-wave feminists challenged traditional gender roles, advocating for equal rights and opportunities for women in all aspects of life. Jones incorporates these themes into her narrative, exploring the challenges faced by women in a patriarchal society and celebrating their resilience and strength. Gwendolyn's journey is one of self-discovery, as she learns to recognize and embrace her own power, defying the limitations imposed upon her by societal expectations. *Fire and Hemlock* offers an even more nuanced exploration of gender roles and power dynamics. The protagonist, Polly Oliver, becomes entangled in a complex relationship with the enigmatic Thomas Lynn, a man who exists outside the boundaries of ordinary time and space. Polly is not a passive observer in this relationship. She is an active participant, making choices that have profound consequences for herself and for those around her. The novel subverts the traditional romantic trope of the helpless female being swept away by a powerful male figure. Polly is intelligent, resourceful, and independent, capable of making her own decisions and asserting her own will. Naomi Novik, author of the *Temeraire* series and *Protid*, acknowledges Jones's influence on her own writing, particularly in her portrayal of female characters. Novik's heroines, such as Agnes in *Protid*, are strong, independent women who defy traditional gender roles and assert their agency in a world dominated by men. Agnes is not a typical damsel in distress, but a powerful mage who uses her skills to protect her community and challenge the established order. Novik credits Jones with demonstrating that fantasy can be a powerful tool for exploring complex themes of gender and power, a lesson that has profoundly shaped her own creative vision. The power dynamics in *Fire and Hemlock* are particularly complex. Thomas Lynn is a powerful figure, capable of manipulating time and space. However, Polly is not intimidated by his power. She recognizes his vulnerabilities and uses her own intelligence and resourcefulness to challenge him. The novel explores the ways in which power can be both a source of strength and a source of corruption. Thomas Lynn's power has isolated him from the world, making him dependent on Polly for connection and companionship. Polly's strength lies in her ability to resist his manipulation and assert her own independence. The challenges faced by women in patriarchal societies are also explored in *Fire and Hemlock*. Polly is often underestimated by the men in her life, who assume that she is incapable of understanding or dealing with complex situations. She defies these expectations, demonstrating her intelligence and resourcefulness at every turn. The novel highlights the importance of female solidarity, as Polly finds support and guidance from other women who have faced similar challenges. These women provide her with the strength and courage to resist the patriarchal forces that seek to control her. Jones's exploration of gender roles in *Charmed Life* and *Fire and Hemlock* is characterized by deep understanding of the complexities of human relationships. She avoids simplistic portrayals of male and female characters, instead presenting them as individuals with their own strengths, weaknesses, and motivations. Her novels challenge readers to question their own assumptions about gender and power, promoting a more nuanced and equitable understanding of human relationships. The impact of her work extends beyond the realm of fantasy literature, contributing to a broader cultural conversation about gender equality and female empowerment. Diana Wynne Jones's influence on contemporary fantasy literature resides in her ability to reimagine and revitalize familiar tropes, crafting stories that resonate with readers of all ages. She demonstrated the mastery of subversion, taking established conventions and twisting them to create something entirely new and unexpected. This approach allowed her to explore complex themes with a light touch, inviting readers to engage with challenging ideas without feeling overwhelmed. One of the most significant aspects of Jones's legacy is her creation of complex and psychologically rich characters. She understood that even in fantastical settings, characters must be believable and relatable to truly connect with readers. Her characters grapple with real-world issues, such as identity, belonging, and the search for meaning, making their journeys all the more compelling. This depth of characterization is a hallmark of her work, setting her apart from many other fantasy authors. Jones's feminist perspectives are woven throughout her novels, challenging traditional gender roles and empowering female characters. She created heroines who were intelligent, resourceful, and independent, capable of making their own choices and shaping their own destinies. These characters serve as role models for young readers, demonstrating the importance of female agency and self-determination. Her influence can be seen in the rise of strong female protagonists in contemporary fantasy literature, a testament to her pioneering work. The enduring appeal of Jones's work lies in its ability to entertain and enlighten. Her novels are filled with humor, wit, and adventure, making them a joy to read. At the same time, they offer profound insights into the human condition, prompting readers to reflect on their own lives and the world around them. This combination of entertainment and intellectual stimulation is what makes her books so enduringly popular. Her novels continue to be read and appreciated by audiences of all ages, a testament to their timeless quality. They have been translated into numerous languages and adapted into various forms of media, including film and theater. These adaptations have further expanded her reach, introducing her work to new generations of readers and viewers. The success of Howl's Moving Castle as an animated film, for example, brought her stories to a global audience, solidifying her place as a major figure in fantasy literature. This adaptation, while taking liberties with the plot, captured the spirit of Jones's work, showcasing her imaginative world building and her complex characters. The film's success served to amplify her influence, inspiring other authors and filmmakers to explore similar themes and styles. The lasting impact of Jones's problem-solving approach is that she created a space for more nuanced and sophisticated fantasy literature. She challenged readers to think critically about the genre's conventions and its potential for exploring complex themes. Her unique methodology was a combination of literary scholarship, psychological insight, and playful imagination. She drew inspiration from a wide range of sources, including classic literature, mythology, and folklore, weaving these elements together to create her own distinctive style. Her understanding of narrative structure, influenced by authors like Jane Austen and P.G. Wodehouse, allowed her to craft intricate plots with surprising twists and turns. Her psychological insight, informed by her own experiences and observations, enabled her to create characters with depth and complexity. Her playful imagination, fueled by a love of language and a sense of humor, brought her stories to life with vivid imagery and witty dialogue. Authors such as Neil Gaiman and Susanna Clarke have acknowledged Jones's influence on their work. Gaiman, known for his dark and atmospheric fantasy, has praised Jones's ability to blend humor and pathos, creating stories that are both entertaining and emotionally resonant. Clarke, author of Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, has cited Jones as an inspiration for her intricate world building and her use of historical detail. These authors, and many others, have built upon Jones's legacy, pushing the boundaries of fantasy literature and exploring new possibilities for the genre. Her enduring legacy is that she demonstrated the power of fantasy to be both entertaining and intellectually stimulating. She showed that fantasy could be used to explore serious issues, challenge societal norms, and promote critical thinking. Her work has inspired countless readers and writers to embrace the power of imagination and to use fantasy as a tool for understanding the world around them. Jones's influence extends beyond the realm of literature, impacting the way we think about storytelling and the role of imagination in our lives. She encouraged readers to question assumptions, challenge authority, and embrace their own unique perspectives. Her novels are a celebration of individuality and a call for empathy and understanding. In a world that often feels divided and uncertain, her work offers a message of hope and resilience. The importance of her work in promoting critical thinking and challenging societal norms cannot be overstated. She used fantasy as a vehicle for exploring complex issues such as war, poverty, and social injustice. Her novels encourage readers to think critically about these issues and to consider alternative perspectives. She challenged readers to question the status quo and to imagine a better world. She also used her work to challenge gender stereotypes and to promote female empowerment. Her heroines are not passive damsels in distress, but active agents who shape their own destinies. They're intelligent, resourceful, and courageous, demonstrating that women are capable of anything they set their minds to. Through these characters, Jones inspired generations of young women to believe in themselves and to pursue their dreams. Her legacy continues to grow as new readers discover her work and as scholars continue to analyze her contributions to literature. She is remembered not only as a great storyteller, but also as a visionary who transformed the landscape of fantasy literature. Her novels remain relevant and engaging, offering timeless lessons about the power of imagination, the importance of critical thinking, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. She invited us to see the world with new eyes, to question everything, and to never stop dreaming.
We really appreciate you tuning in to this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.